Mamdani denounces Iran regime as brutal amid airstrikes. Mayor Zoran Mamdani may not be a fan of what he's called an illegal war on aggression on Iran, but on Tuesday he stressed his criticism of the joint U.S.-Israel airstrikes should not be confused with a defense of the oppressive regime. Mamdani described Iran's government as brutal and repressive, while cautioning against U.S.-led regime change in the country. He also repeated these are currently no specific threats to New York City despite heightened global tensions and increased security measures. His remarks followed days of escalated military conflict involving Iran, Israel, and the United States that have prompted security reviews in major cities nationwide. In the city, officials have increased patrols at sensitive locations, including houses of worship and diplomatic sites, out of what Mamdani called an abundance of caution. President Donald Trump announced on March 3rd that potential new leaders of Iran were killed in the U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign that began on Saturday, warning that the next leadership could be as bad as the last. In a letter to Congress, Trump framed the strikes as protecting U.S. forces, advancing national interests, and defending regional allies, including Israel, while acknowledging the scope of future operations remains uncertain. Since the campaign began Saturday with the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, close to 800 people have died across the region, according to state media, citing the Iranian Red Crescent. 6 American soldiers have died in combat through March 2nd, according to U.S. Central Command. Speaking at the unrelated news conference on March 3rd, Mayor Mamdani denounced the Iranian government for engaging in symptomatic repression, including killing thousands of Iranian people seeking to express basic dissent. It is a brutal government, he said, but the mayor also warned against repeating what he described as the devastating consequences of prior U.S. wars in the region, pursued with the goal of regime change. I may be a young mayor, but I am old enough to remember the devastating consequences of our country pursuing a war with the intent of regime change in that very same region, he said. Since World War II, successive U.S. administrations have repeatedly intervened in toppled governments in the region, from Iran in 1953 to Afghanistan in 2001, Iraq in 2003, and Libya in 2011, often with long-term instability following these efforts. The NYPD has stepped up visible presence across the 5 boroughs, he said, though he emphasized there are currently no known or credible threats to share with the public. At this time, there are no threats to share, Mamdani said. Everything that we are doing is out of abundance of caution. That's all I have to say for this video.